The content in this magazine could contain references of topics and difficult subject matter that may be triggering. Please honor yourself, inner knowing, and proceed with whatever help or guidance you feel is intuitively aligned. Welcome to Sovereign Magazine Podcast. I'm Nicole George, CEO and founder of Sovereign. I'm so happy you are here. We are the magazine podcast and community guiding 5 million women to their sovereign selves. From heart-led conversations to magical meditations, our inspiring guests will show you how they can help you step into your sovereign self. Are you ready to listen to your inner voice and step into your power? Then keep listening to hear all of the intuitive messages meant for you today. Hello! Today I have the privilege of connecting with Anna Widmann, one of our amazing contributors. She is a spiritual mindset coach who helps women reconnect with their true essence. As a former people pleaser and empath, she knows firsthand how easy it is to put others' needs ahead of your own and lose sight of your personal power. Now she's on a mission to guide women in trusting themselves, embracing their uniqueness, and sharing their magic with the world. Anna's work is about turning inward and living unapologetically. Welcome, Anna.
Thank you so much. It's always so lovely to be introduced. So thank you for that space.
Oh, such a pleasure. We are talking today and exploring the concept of the harmony of thinking and feeling, which is the theme for our main new moon issue. In your article, Inner Harmony and Aligned Action, you talk about concepts of inner harmony and how sometimes we get a little disconnected, perhaps from the universe and its natural balance, and how that can lead to maybe some misaligned action in our life or maybe some misaligned feelings. And so, what I would love to start out discussing is more about this maybe disharmony, if we want to call it that, and how maybe people who are struggling with this disharmony, maybe due to fears, doubts, limiting beliefs, what advice might you give to somebody who feels stuck in this chaos and is unable to find that alignment?
It's a great question, and I would have loved that I had posed that to myself years ago, because I think the first thing is always becoming aware of that. When you have this tendency of like keeping the outer harmony so much because it makes you feel more safe, which is normally the like root cause of this, we often don't even realize that we're doing this to the extent of maybe even believing that there is no neglection of our inner needs, of our inner wishes, desires, and feelings, because we're so attuned to the outside that there is really a disconnection to what is my soul calling for? What am I really needing or wanting right now? So the first step for me is always a connection, a reconnection with the self. And I do that a lot through meditations or visualizations, sometimes through light language. It kind of depends on who do I have as a client at the moment. But the essential is the coming back to, do I really want to do that? And what really helps a lot is like reflecting on past scenarios or experiences where we might have felt like, maybe that wasn't so good to say yes to, or maybe that wasn't even what I wanted. So seeing and catching ourselves, where was this gap opening up between, I'm excited for this, I'm going to say yes because it's really what I feel would help me, support me in my growth and expansion, or do I just say yes because I think others expect this, because I do not even feel connected to myself? And therefore, if someone says, like, let's do that, then of course I do it because I don't have the connection to myself. So it's like, maybe not. So that's always the first step, the awareness to, who am I really? What do I want to do? And how can I, through reflection of the past, not beat ourselves up, but kind of get a bit of a feeling of when it happens, because that's really useful for the next time.
Yeah, for sure. And I think As we relate it to this concept of maybe thoughts and feelings, right? How often are we so disconnected from our thoughts and our feeling centers, and mostly connected to our thoughts and disconnected from the feelings, right? And forcing ourselves to make a decision that might be, perhaps not aligned. And so, one of the ways that you described it in your article is maybe perhaps swimming against a current. And I would love for you to share what some people might be noticing in their lives, but maybe not awakened to yet. Maybe they recognize a certain feeling or experience, but maybe they haven't awakened to that feeling being associated with any one concept.
Yes. So, what I see really often in the lives of my clients, and I can totally relate to my own as well, is the feeling of feeling drained, feeling like life is heavy or that there needs to be a lot of energy to do or finish things. So, all this like kind of energy of tension when things aren't going easy, for me, that's always a sign that there is some sort of disconnect. Because if we are aligned with our soul's calling, with our true nature, if we are aligned with the universe, which is essentially the same, then things are easy. Things are, they're joyful, we feel well, and we have this like sense of vitality in our bodies. Yes, sometimes we're more tired than on other days, but the amount of low energy and of like feeling drained or feeling easily triggered, for me that's always a sign that there is something. So I think it's a good step to see how much energy do I have compared to like who you feel you really are, because of course there are people who like naturally have more energy than others, but compared to yourself, ask yourself the question like, is this, am I feeling like I am 100% there? Do I really feel like I'm the most well I could? And if not, then there is something that is not unfolding in your alignment. And then that's like the place where we can see like what is actually draining you. Where do you feel energized? And then all of a sudden, maybe not. And then you feel really tired. That's kind of a language that our body has for us, our system has for us to say like, here is something that you could look at, and from there on we can like really see which tangible next steps it are. But that's why I described it as like swimming against the current, because it's taking a lot of energy to do so.
Mm-hmm. Ugh. And I know so many people out there are feeling this exact feeling of swimming against a current, maybe perhaps drained, overwhelmed, whatever the word is that resonates with them. And this leads us so beautifully into our new segment, Steps to Your Sovereign Self. And today, Anna is going to give you a special little gift. She is going to guide you through a practical exercise where you can maybe perhaps learn to tap into the idea of what might be keeping you from this inner harmony and maybe causing disharmony in yourself. So, if you need to, pause the podcast, grab some paper and pen because we're going to go on a journey together. Are you ready?
Yeah. Wonderful. I'm really excited for this, and it's maybe my most beloved exercise ever. So, you have a pen and a paper in front of you. And if it's not in a book, but it's a loose one, that will be perfect because we're tearing it apart in a second. And what we do first is we kind of take a few deep breaths and help ourselves to like really be present in the moment and letting go of everything that has happened or will happen on that day, so that we really can, for a minute, connect to ourselves and see what is coming up. Where are you feeling that you're swimming against the current? Where is this heavy energy, this tension maybe, or this feeling of resistance that makes you heavy, drained, more, reactive, less well? And then we are writing on the left hand side of the paper. You can divide the paper in two by putting a line in the middle, writing on the left-hand side everything that comes up around what could that be that drains you. So that could be like, I don't like my work, or I have all these discussions with my partner lately, or I feel like I need to do all these things and it's actually unfair that all of that is on me. Whatever it is that you feel challenged with, that you feel drained by, that makes you heavy or low energy, low mood, write all of these down. And there could be 2 things, 4 things, 10 things, whatever it is, just let it out without any filter, without any judgment, and put it on paper so that it's outside of you. Writing everything down, you can do notes, you can write full sentences, however it comes out. It doesn't have to be perfect by any means, but it needs to be outside of yourself so that we can look at it. And when you've done, maybe you can pause if there's a lot that is on your mind right now, but when you are done, then read through all of these again, but this time on the other side of the paper, you write down the exact opposite. So in my example, maybe if you don't like your work, it totally drains you. You write down what you wish to have, how you wish to feel. You would maybe feel like enlightened or energized by your work. You would love to have fun during your work time. Or if you have a lot of discussions with your partner lately and there's some, tension in the communication, then you can write down, I'm so happy that our conversations are heart-centered, are open, are non-judgmental, and I feel safe when expressing myself, and I feel seen, and I feel heard, and I do the same for my partner. Whatever it is, write down the exact opposite of what you have put on the other side of the paper, and then do so for all of the points you have there, just so that we can have maybe a little black and white, a little of the extremes of the feelings that we have naturally in our lives, and it makes it very clear what is present right now on the side of like, oh, I don't want that. That is not feeling good. That is feeling heavy. This is what actually drains me. It's very helpful to see that. And then have on the other side, what do I want to believe? Because this is essentially what we are experiencing. Anything we experience for is to come to the conclusion of what do I actually want in here. What is the result, the goal, the desire I want to have from this? And if we have that, then we do kind of, it's maybe like a mini ritual. We're ripping that paper apart, and you can, with as much joy as you have in here, destroy the limiting side, destroy the challenge side. You can rip it apart, you can burn it safely, you can, bury it outside, put it in trash, it doesn't matter. But it's like the physical act of removing it from your environment, your aura. And the other side, the empowering one, keep it. Make affirmations out of it. Write it down every day. Connect to the feeling that you have when you read through this. And this is really easy, but a really powerful way, I think, to unearth some limiting beliefs and also to have like the tiniest first step. And from there, you can go on, but you already are on the empowering side of things. And that's about
Mm,
it,
this
actually.
is this is so good. This is so good because I think part of one's resistance to change is acknowledgement, right? I sometimes call it an awakening because we're just kind of on autopilot sometimes. And we don't realize what's happening in our life is not necessarily always happening to us, but for us. And so we have all these signs and synchronicities happening for us, but we might be missing them because we're so stuck on the side that we just ripped apart and either
Yes.
burned or threw away. Um, but if we focus on, and I love the saying, where energy goes. Oh, wait, what is
Where
the
focus
saying now?
goes,
I
do you mean
forgot.
that?
Yes, yes. Where focus goes, your energy goes. You build more things. Oh gosh, now I just ruined that whole saying. That's okay. I'm not perfect and nobody else is. But what you focus on grows, basically, is what I was trying to say. And so if your energy is focused on the positive side of things, that's what you're going to build more of and create this harmony inside. So I am so excited and I feel so lucky for our listeners to be able to have gotten a little piece of what you do with your clients every single day and the shift that you're making, not only for them, but for the collective. Because as we all shift one by one, so does the collective. And if you are looking for any information about how to perhaps work with Anna, all of the details are in our show notes. She's also in Sovereign Community. You can go to community.sovereign-magazine.com, which is also in the show notes. But if you're looking for more magic from Anna and to learn more about her, you can read her article, connect with her in our community. All of the details are in the show notes. Thank you so much for giving us some of your gold today.
Thank you so much for holding space. And I love this practical approach. It's really beautiful. I think it's a wonderful way to get something out, something tangible. And I totally agree that sometimes we are so on autopilot in our day that we don't even take it literally. It was 5 minutes, but it shifts so much. So it's always good to be reminded of that. And I thank you so much for holding that space. And I'm really looking forward to see all the other beautiful souls making their own steps and seeing what comes out of that. So I'm really curious.
Yes, thank you so much. Much love.
Goodbye.
Thanks for listening. I'll be back tomorrow with another soul-led entrepreneur here to help you step into your sovereign self. Subscribe to our magazine and podcast and join our global community for all the magic. Details to connect with today's guest or join the movement are in the show notes. And if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a review. It helps us reach our goal of guiding 5 million women to self-sovereignty.